This is the Come Up Show that Feel Good Music Lives. Real, recognize real. We're going to 9 p.m. tonight. And Manny, we were mentioning that, the multiple roles that you play. So a producer, you're also an engineer.
Yeah.
How important are those tools for you as an artist?
For me, well, it all came out of a decision to, do I pay money to go and track my stuff somewhere else? Like I've been making beats for the longest time. And then I thought, do I take my sampler to another studio and then go work with somebody else and pay them hourly? Or do I take that money and invest it in my own equipment and my own time? And I knew that at the level that I was at before, I was like, I didn't want people to hear my music because I was like, I can do better than this. I can get better. So I thought, if I'm going to take time to get better, I might as well just invest money at the same time and get better, and then try and learn more as I went too. And I was fortunate enough to have a couple of engineers that were able to show me the basic idea of what to do in terms of getting your stuff set up and rolling, just to be able to track stuff. And then I learned sort of the rest by books and stuff from there. So it's super important, man. It's number one, because like, A, that's how I make my money right now.
Exactly.
That's how I support my family, and B, it's like, it's great to be able to wake up and go downstairs and be like, hey, I have this idea. So I run my studio out of my basement. I just go down there and just,
That's awesome, man. That's an amazing thing, man. Especially because I don't know if artists are making money nowadays, man. Especially in Canadian music industry, unless you're at that level where things are really going well for you. But in the beginning, in the start of your career, until like, I don't know if they are, man. You can tell me, like, it's hard, isn't it? It's very difficult.
It's really difficult, man, because a lot of people are taking the same option I did, and that engineer that I used to go to lost out on a whole bunch of money when I decided, forget this, I'm gonna go do my own thing, like run that. I'm gonna just build my own setup. So, and lots of people that I know have done the same thing that would have been recording with me too, right? That I would have made money from. So it's difficult, but that's why my focus is now just do the artistry thing and just focus on the art, and I feel like that's what I'm supposed to do in my life anyway. So
that's good, man. So we're gonna get into the track, another track called Time Machine, but I want to read a few reviews. This one right here is, he says, I feel the strongest tune on this release is Give and Take, a tune that delves into the topic of the lack of balance between Rel's professional work ethic and efforts in regards to hip-hop, and the lack of monetary compensation. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's definitely a sentiment shared by many hip-hop artists, especially in Canada. So, and everybody has a service or product or whatever, and people pay for it, right?
Yeah.
Why is it when it comes to music or hip-hop, when you say, yo, this is what it costs, you're like,
It's because for most people, music is extracurricular, man. It's a hobby.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But they say, this is real deal. This is, this is what I'm real about this, or I really mean to get something done with this. But a lot of the time, it doesn't really pan out, because there's always things that sort of become more important in life. You know what I'm saying? So you've kind of really got to sort of step out and put your money where your mouth is if you really want to make it happen. You know what I mean? Like, I know Shad's gone through that. I know, Direct, my bro Direct has gone through that. I know Shah has probably gone through the same thing. Wyo, who I work with as well. Like, these guys go through the same thing. They put their money where their mouth is, and because of that, they may not be going to see all the movies that everybody else is going to. They may not have the latest piece of gear or phone or whatever, drive the latest car or whatever, but that's the sort of the sacrifices that people make to, like, I'm not by any means like, I wear the same clothes for years and years just so that I don't have to, so I could pay my bills and be at home working instead of do the 9 to 5 thing and then just be like, get home from the 9 to 5 and say, forget it, I just don't have the energy anymore.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So
yeah, man. Sacrifice and investing your time. I know something about that with the Come Up Show. You know what I mean?
I'm sure you do, man. You guys hustle like crazy, man. I was looking at your stuff on the web. I was telling this guy before we came in here. I was like, man, you guys are hustling, man.
Yeah,
everybody knows this show. Everybody I talk to knows the Come Up Show. It's crazy.
Man. Man. And we were doing our best, but behind the scenes, it takes a lot of hard work, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of and you're right. When I relate, saying you're not seeing the latest movie, but you're spending putting time or your money into other things, in
Yeah.
the long run, is going to take you further.
I think so. I hope
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, but I think that's why most people don't advance in their lives. And I've read this before. The reason why some people are successful is they can put off the gratification now until later, and they're like, okay, I'm gonna save this, or I'm gonna stop, I'm gonna sacrifice to do it now, so I can go further, or I can make this sacrifice, because it's hard, it's not easy, and you rather have, laziness pays off now, hard work pays off later, I guess.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, as well, while I'm thinking about it, man, I just want to send a shout out to my man SP. Spread word. Just went to the hospital yesterday, so I know he hasn't been doing very well this week, man. So just wish him well. He was supposed to come here with me today. So,
okay, cool.
So unfortunately that didn't happen because he wasn't feeling well. So man, all the best to you, Sean. Man, I hope you're doing good.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, man. Because when he rolled solo here, I'm like, yo, I have. All the rappers are always coming with their entourages and everything like that. I'm like, this guy's different, yo. All right, so let's get to the
like
next.
You rolling solo?
Yeah, you're rolling. Yeah, man. Yeah, cool. Next track we're getting to get into. It's called Time Machine. Everyone wishes they had a time machine and they can go back and change their regrets, the failures, or the things they went to. Like, man, I wish I had a time machine right now. I can go back and change that. Like, I went through that, man. Sometimes, some people are like, okay, like in the long run, when they look back at it, like that was good because this happened, or that taught me something.
Yeah.
So, if you had a time machine right now, would there be anything that you would want to change?
You gotta listen to the song, man. I talk about it all in there, everything, because I thought about this before I wrote it, and I was like, hey, here are the things that I would go back and change. And I know there's lots of stuff that actually in the second verse I talk about the things that I wouldn't have changed as well. So
let's not spoil it for the people.
Let's
get into this right now. Time Machine. This is also from the Green Light album.
That's right,
as well too. Yep. And man, let's get into this on the come up show that Feel Good Music Lives, real, recognized, real Relic Time Machine.